We wanted to play a game, red flag or deal breaker.
Men, you can check back in because now it's fun and we're not talking about
And you might want to
girl
listen to this
things.
one because
Yeah.
you should probably take notes because
Mhm.
likely lots of ladies will think the same thing on this.
Do re mi fa sol. Ma. What's that from?
That's from High School Musical. Exactly why I don't like it. No, I'm kidding. I love it.
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome.
Welcome, and we're back. Hey, everybody. We are back at Straight Candid with Syd and Soph. Straight Candid with Sid and Soph. I feel like I
honestly
have to
think
say it like that.
Yeah, I think that might have to be part of the intro when
I
we
think
actually.
it might be too.
Yep, love it. Episode 2, you guys. We're really excited because I will say we've already changed our mind about doing the all about Syd, all about Soph. We realize you guys will probably end up getting to know us throughout all these episodes.
And how boring to talk just about yourself for that long.
No,
we kind of thought about it.
We're like, woe is me. Let's not do that.
Also, wholly self-centered. That's like a lot. Like, why were we going to be like, I am this and I'm awesome because of this? No, we were not going to say how awesome we are.
It's like an elevator pitch.
Yeah,
that we
I
did.
know.
It's like that we didn't need. You guys know. Yeah. So anyways, we are actually talking about some fun stuff. This episode, we're going to talk about some red flags and deal breakers.
And dating in your 20s.
Yes.
And we are real excited because we feel like we have a lot to say about it.
Yeah. This episode might be a little longer. We'll find out.
We'll see. I guess we're just going to roll with it.
Go with it. Roll with it.
But start off, so how was your weekend? We haven't like talked totally.
I know.
Since your weekend.
It's
wait, is it today? Tuesday?
Today's Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
Well, it's so funny because now when I like see you, I want to catch up, but it's kind of fun because I'm like, let's wait to talk about certain things so we can share it and get your like, on the pod and get your like first reaction. And so that's like just a weird new thing in my life. I'm like, I'm not going to tell her about this yet. I'm going to wait.
I know. I'm like, I have to back up. I can't say anything. Hold it in.
Yeah. You know a little bit about my weekend. It was good.
Oh, yeah.
I went on a few dates. We'll get into that a little bit later. And we did a really cool, Syd went with me actually. We went to this breath house. It was called Breath House. It was by Matt Weist, coached it.
It was in Bloomington, their Bloomington location of the Center of Movement.
Yeah.
And it was, you guys, it was awesome. For anxiety prone people, and I put this on my story yesterday, but anxiety prone people, this is huge because it kind of teaches your body, and Soph's was a little more intense than mine was, but teaches your body.
My anxiety is a little more intense too.
That might be why. But it's like it taught our bodies kind of how to feel in a stressful moment and to not panic. Instead of panicking, we caused ourselves to get into a panic moment in our own control.
Exactly.
Showing that you can control when you get a panic. It's like, crazy.
You were like pretty much, what's the word? Training your, I think you called sympathetic nervous system, how to respond, and you get used to that. So you know how to like deal with those feelings when you are maybe in a panic attack, for example. So, okay, I think we should have Matt Weist on at some point.
I actually wrote that down that he was going to be one of our guests. And by the way, if you do your first class, it's free. So we just utilize that too. Yeah. And Matt is so cool. He just gave me a new book to read and everything. He's so insightful, and he was a hockey player too. So it's almost like he's the mix of like an athlete, a coach, a chiropractor, a breathwork person. He's awesome.
All
he's
around,
just
like a wellness.
And he's nice.
Yeah.
He's genuine and cool. Anyway, but it was that was so fun. Yeah. And I needed it after my Saturday.
Oh yeah. How was your weekend?
So I was going to keep it light and go to the vineyard. And then the vineyard turned into a wine flight, and the wine flight turned into a bottle of wine, and then that bottle of wine turned into another bottle of wine to go. So I overdid it.
and let me just preface this with saying, like, I've been trying to send it. Let's say, the kids call it. Let's send it. The kids. I've been trying to send it with Syd for the past 6 months. I'm like, Syd, let's get messed up. Like, let's go out and drinking. Like, let's do it. And, she's just like, okay. And then, it never really happened. And now here it is. Syd sent it without me.
But to be honest, I was going to text her. I I couldn't really get to my phone.
She forgot about her phone. No, she forgot about her head.
We met my sister at Sally's, and I hate that I even went back. I know I'm 23. Like, I am a ex-gopher. I don't need to be there. Once you turn 21, I kid you not, it's like frowned upon to go there.
Sally's.
That's sad, but it is true. And I don't really remember being there. I just apparently had a few pressed juices and maybe a vodka soda or two. Taylor was cracking up. There's a video of me. I'll show you later.
Who's Taylor? Your sister?
My sister. Sorry. Yeah, exactly. But I'm like, long story short, wow, was there headache on Sunday.
I was going to say, do you get hungover?
Well, to be honest, I get hungover in the middle of the night. So I woke up at 2.
Really?
Tossed back 2 waters. And I was like, I felt like I was dying. And then I tapped Jordan on the shoulder and I was like, I'm sorry. And he's like, what? I'm like, I'm sorry for being too drunk.
Oh my God.
I just remembered it in the middle of the night. Anyway, hilarious. And then I woke up and I was fine, but I get nervous and paranoid all day. I like look over my shoulder.
You're like, did I say something?
Yeah, I'm like,
I hate
what's wrong with me? But
that.
That's pretty much the scaries, the classic scaries. Anyway, so yeah, real good fun. Weekend. Let's say I'm not doing that again.
Okay, well, for a little bit. Then I want you to send it with me one time.
Okay, fine. Okay. I will, I promise.
I haven't sent it in a little bit, and I'm pretty proud of myself.
I know you are doing real well.
I think you're influencing me to
I love that.
Hashtag Syd the Influencer.
I'm not boring, though. I like my Sundays. I like to be productive.
I will say,
I don't have time to not be productive. I kid you not.
Mm-hmm. On a Sunday, if I wake up late and I'm hungover, I want to eat greasy food. I want to just lay there. It's horrible. My Mondays, my whole week set up wrong.
I know, because then you don't have time to prep. That's my thing, and you need that.
Yeah, which is why it's so important with people you surround yourself with. I'll be completely honest. Like, now that we've been hanging out and doing yoga at like Andrew's house with Matt and everything, I just like, it's kind of a motivating factor. Like, these people like all around want to be healthy, and
I know
it's who you surround yourself with. If you're only hanging out with party people, you guys. If you're only hanging out with party people, you're gonna party.
I know. We'll go over to these guys' house, Declan and Andrew's and Matt's, and we'll do yoga on Sunday mornings with Taylor, our friend, and they'll just like teach yoga in the backyard. We'll live stream it. We did a donations class last week and donated to a good cause, and it just a local cause, and it was just, I don't know, it's, if you can find those people that you actually relate with and you can do both with, even better.
Don't get us wrong though. I was gonna say those guys like to party.
They like to party too, but they're good people.
Andrew was hungover the last yoga. He was like, oh God, it was funny. So we've all been there.
I will share a candid moment post yoga.
Okay. Yeah. So let's talk about something we're going to do kind of every episode. A lot of people are like, what are the high and lows of your week? We think a cool thing to start our episodes with would be something along the lines of like your last candid moment.
Kind of something that makes you human and makes you realize like, oh my God.
Yeah. Kind of like a quick story, moment of realization that you recently experienced that made you feel humbled or like laugh at yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Syd, do you have a candid moment this week? Let's hear it.
I can't believe I'm sharing this.
It's candid, guys.
All I have to say is you can't trust a dude. Listen.
Was this on Sunday?
It was on Sunday.
When you were hungover. Everyone knows what that means.
When I was hungover, my stomach was upset. I did yoga. I pushed myself a little too hard. Hadn't had much to eat. I tried to toot. And it wasn't alone.
Oh my
and I'm
God.
leaving it at that.
The boys have now signed out. They're like, this podcast is for girls.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. See you later,
Who cares?
guys.
Like, if anyone ever told you that we don't, you know what? I can't even say it. I can't even say it. I shit my pants, okay?
Syd has shit her pants.
I'm so embarrassed. No, anyway.
You know what? It's candid.
But have you shit your pants before? Come on.
I don't poop.
You stop.
No, I've shit my pants.
Okay, thank God.
Especially day after drinking, Dad.
Exactly.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, thank God. Okay, so I'm not alone.
It's fine.
Okay,
no, it's candid.
Anyway.
Andrew's like, can we edit that out? Guys, no.
Do you have a candid moment for me?
Yeah, I used to think I didn't experience PMS symptoms. Mm-hmm. And I've now come to the realization that I have, or that I do. I get so damn hungry, like the week before my period.
Oh yeah.
Boys are for sure gone by now. I just realized.
No, I know.
That's fine.
Sorry guys.
I like ate an entire sleeve of Oreos. Real nice. Stomach hurt so bad.
Oh my God. That's
do you
so
get
yummy
that, though?
though. Yes, I do. But I have a weird thing.
And I cry.
Yeah, I was going to say, I cried this weekend and just for no reason.
Randomly.
Like I just got emotional.
Well, were you drunk though?
I was,
Well, like, that's a different
I'm going to be honest. I cried twice. One when I wasn't, and one when I was.
Okay.
But God, I sound like I'm crazy, but really I'm not.
Shitting her pants and crying 2 times.
No, 3 days before I get my period, almost on the dot. I get really emotional and I feel really lonely, and like I feel like I like messed something up in my life, and like people aren't my friends really, and I like get like paranoid.
Yeah.
It happens every single time like clockwork. And I even
well,
though I know
I
recognize it, but I still like the day feels horrible because my hormones are off. It's genuinely your hormones.
100%.
So, but I just feel like I'm losing my marbles for the entire day.
Yeah.
On the dot every time.
Yep. I can relate to that too, and I think a lot of females can too.
Well, yeah, and it always like kind of trickles into my relationships, which is what this is about.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Anyway, I don't know. It's a lot, but you guys.
I feel like now you need to let me know your schedule.
I know
like
I should.
Your
we might line up.
I think.
How
so.
creepy is that? Like girls will line theirs up.
Well, we kind of go crazy on similar days.
Marbles have been lost, my friends. You guys, we wanted to start out this episode a little bit on a lighter note and just play with it and see where it goes, because there's highs and lows of relationships and different things that we should talk about to keep it candid and keep it real. But we wanted to play a game, red flag or deal breaker. And we're just going to kind of read off different things that we think could be a red flag or a deal breaker. And Soph and I are going to answer if it is, which one it is. And if we have any experiences with either, we're going to kind of throw that in there.
So key men, you can check back in because now it's fun and we're not talking about.
And you might want to listen to this one because you should probably take notes because likely lots of ladies will think the same thing on this.
Yeah. I mean, and for sure everyone has different opinions, but
depending on what has happened in their life.
This is me and Syd being upfront about
kid.
Okay, red flags or deal breakers.
Okay.
2 totally different things, I guess.
I think a red flag is something that you're like, ooh, like that's kind of worrisome.
Yes.
And a deal breaker is like, hell to the no, we're done. Yeah. Like we're done.
No more.
For real.
I will not talk to you again.
And then I'm going to be serious when I answer these. Like if it's like legit, I'm going to be like,
same.
I can deal with that one or absolutely not.
Okay, Syd, I got one for you then. Even though this doesn't relate to your weekend, I'm just, okay. Red flag or deal breaker.
Okay.
If he blacks out every weekend.
See, my college self would have said that's just a red flag. Yeah. And then I would have kept red flagging it every single week.
Depends on his age.
Yeah, depends on the age. But that's a deal breaker for me, for real. Because when you black out, you're not your true self. Or maybe you're your truest form. Who knows?
Yeah, I feel it's
sometimes things come out of your mouth that are not right, and I don't want to deal with your BS every week. So that is a red flag. Or sorry, that is a deal breaker for me now.
Okay. I think I agree.
Yeah?
Yeah, I agree.
Well, we're out of college.
Yeah. And like
There's no excuses.
If you want to go out, socialize drinking, but if you're like
and if it happens in a blue
blackout, yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But like
exactly.
Yeah. Agreed. Me this weekend.
Agreed.
Okay. This one. He kisses his mom on the mouth. Red flag or deal breaker? Okay. This is so creepy.
Andrew, do you kiss your mom on the mouth?
Answer honestly, Andrew. We're waiting.
No, I do not kiss my mom on the mouth.
Oh, thank God. I will say I've never dealt with this, but I had a friend who, oh my God, it was the funniest story. This girl's hilarious. I love her. She was like, you guys, I think he's like obsessed with his mom. It's really weird.
Weird.
Yeah. And they would like talk, like it was just a strange relationship.
It's like too much.
And then she went to visit his family and he kissed his mom on the mouth. And she was like freaked the fuck out.
Way.
Yeah. I would just say it's a red flag though. I don't know.
He kisses his dad on the mouth.
Okay.
Andrew, bringing it in. Okay.
Because Tom Brady.
Yes, kisses his dad.
I think it's one of the weirdest things I've ever seen in my entire life. I think it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And seriously, it's like it's too close for comfort to me.
It gives me the willies.
Yeah. Like literally the first time I saw it.
It makes me cringe.
Well, because I'm going to be honest, the picture that I saw online was of his dad and they were kissing and his like dad's lip was curled and their lips are curled and touching each other. And it's just like, I'm like, that's too much.
But would you break up with someone because you saw him kiss his mom on the mouth? Or would you be like,
I wouldn't,
dude,
honestly. If I'm thinking realistically, I probably wouldn't, but I would ask him after and be like, is that something is that normal?
Or did you miss the cheek?
I do have to say though, did you? A little aim is off. I had too much wine. No, but in England, we have some English friends. My parents do. They kiss like everybody on the lips. Like they're friends. No, well, maybe he was just attracted to my mom. Now that I think about it, maybe he was attracted to my mom.
He grabs your mom.
He kisses my mom on the lips.
He uses his tongue. Your dad's like, don't worry.
No,
he tells your dad.
My dad is so chill too. He'd probably be like, that's not weird. I'm like, no, that's definitely weird.
We do that in England. We just make out.
My dad'd be like, oh, okay. No, okay. So it would be a red flag for me. If he kisses his dad, that's a whole nother story. And that's absolutely not okay with me. Okay. What's another one?
These are the ones you.
Oh, I read mine, not one. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, you asked me now.
No foreplay. Jumps right in.
I don't like that. I do not like that.
No.
Mm-mm.
Red flag or deal breaker.
Well, it's a red flag the first time it happens, and if it happens again, then it's a deal breaker for real.
Agreed.
That's not how it goes, sister. Nope. I'm not a microwave. I'm an oven. Mm-hmm. Everyone says that. Like girls always say that.
I was gonna bring that up, guys. Dude, guys are microwaves. Girls need to be preheated.
Don't
warm it up.
Don't jump into it. It's so aggressive. Like it's just there's a time and there's a place, and you'll know. Trust me. I should just say it. You'll know.
Yep.
Okay. Deal breaker.
Huh?
It's a deal breaker.
Oh yeah. Agreed.
Okay.
Your turn.
I thought you said that was yours.
What?
I thought you said that.
I just asked a question. Now you asked.
Oh, okay. Question. We're going back and forth. Okay. Let me think of one. Men with cats.
Oh God.
Red flag or deal breaker?
This is really ironic because the previous date I just went on.
Oh yeah.
This guy has cats, and I swear to God, it was probably in my head, but like, if he were to like touch me or like, I feel like I got hives, like I got itchy.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
You actually did? So on the date?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying it's like a worry of yours.
No, like it's happened
before. Oh God, you're
too.
really
like,
allergic.
Yeah. So like if someone has touched cats and then they touch me, don't like it.
Dang.
So honestly, it's kind of a deal breaker because I'm fucking allergic.
Well, yeah. Well, guess what? I am too.
And men with cats, I don't know. Usually something's off about them.
See, I'm going to be honest.
Syd's boyfriend has cats, so this is really
awkward. You guys, I'm going to share a little tidbit. I went over to his house for the first date, and
you're like, fuck, he has a cat.
Yeah, I opened the door, and I was like, oh, my God. Yeah. I kind of knew that because I think he had actually sent me a picture before that, but then you see it, and you're like, oh, God. And my mom's allergic to cats. I'm allergic to cats. We've always had dogs. I've always been weird about cats. And at first, I was like, that's kind of weird, but then once you are around a cat, you're kind of like, oh, you're not that bad. I've warmed up to it, and it no longer is a deal breaker or a red. Okay, it's still a red flag. To be honest, it's still a red flag. I don't know why, but most people with cats are kind of odd.
Something's off about them.
Maybe they're more introverted. Maybe that's
people
why.
Are gonna hate this. But
I know.
It's how I feel. It's how I feel.
It's not like a red flag where I'm like, oh, that's kind of no. I'm not gonna be around this person. It's more just like I'm like, oh, I wonder why they have a cat, not a dog. Yeah. I don't know why. Maybe it's who you or what you grew up with. Anyway.
Agreed.
All right.
Okay. I'll do another sexual one because why not? Mm-hmm. I'm going to use the correct term here.
Okay.
Red flag or deal breaker? Premature ejaculation. Oh, AKA like he finishes within 3 minutes.
That's not a deal breaker for me.
I agree.
That's not at all a deal breaker. Honestly, it's barely a red flag because AKA that's kind of like a compliment to you.
Yeah, honestly, it does not bother me.
As long
as there is the foreplay, and as long as like, because the actual action of sex for women, great, but it's the before and after and in between that women enjoy the most. So
it needs to be more than, it needs to actually be passionate to feel like something. You know what I mean? But no, that's not even really a red flag for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. What about a guy who has no opinion on anything, like at all? You ask him, he's like, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't like that. I mean, it's definitely a turn off. I don't know. I guess it's a red flag and a turn off just because I like when a guy kind of takes a little initiative. Like, we're going here for dinner. This is the plan. Like, I'm picking you up at 7. I'm like, oh, shit. Tell me what to do. You know what I mean? Like, I like that. Just because I'm kind of bossy, so I need someone to kind of boss me back a little bit.
I like that, actually.
You know what I mean?
I like that. Yeah. No, I would say it's not I think it ends up actually being a deal breaker in the long run.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why do you not have an opinion? Like, you should know yourself enough to have an opinion on things. And if you're afraid to tell me your opinion, then we're probably not meant for each other.
Yeah. So true.
So that's my opinion on that.
Prickly chest hair. I had this one written in my phone.
That's interested.
Only because, okay, well, question.
Okay, what?
Would
Have
you
I
rather,
dealt with it? No.
Well, would you rather have a guy leave his chest hair just to grow? You know, so it's like soft and not prickly, or a guy that shaves his chest and it gets the red bumps and it's prickly against your skin?
I think I'm fine with chest hair.
Same.
Like, I don't really need, you don't need to be hairless.
I would much rather.
I don't know. All I have to say is,
Andrew's like,
can I say something?
Yes,
I'm going to say something.
Do you have chest hair?
Let us know.
Yeah, I have a lot of chest hair.
And you don't shave it, right?
No, I don't shave
Thank
it.
God.
God.
No, leave it.
I would must.
It's fine.
I
And
do trim my nipple hair because it gets a little crazy.
Same.
that's amazing. That is amazing. I will have to say,
love
though,
that.
if you've got a lot of back hair, you could maybe shave a little bit. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
A little bit.
I'm sorry. It's not. Neither is a red flag or a deal breaker for me at all. Because you know what? That's the real body, and this is real human. Like, not a photo. This is a person. And to me, that's just who you are. You can't control that. If you can't control where your hair grows, then fucking don't worry about it.
Speaking of hair,
What?
I thought of another one.
What?
And I
Is
wanted
it dirty?
yeah.
Oh God.
And I want to like get your opinion. I think, okay, red flag, deal breaker. Is it a turn off
Oh no.
if they don't maintain
Oh, maintenance
maintenance of
Yeah,
their
of their area.
of their pubic hair?
Hmm.
And do you notice it?
I don't really. I have to think about it.
See, I literally don't notice.
To be honest,
Isn't that weird?
I don't really know if it bugs me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think.
Same, which is kind of a
So
sign.
maybe
that it's-
that's not a big,
Exactly.
a red flag or a deal breaker.
agreed.
Maybe it's a red flag if you're really like just not taking care of yourself.
If it's bad hygiene,
if it's bigger picture, like if your armpits stink every time, like, and you're not working out and you don't wash your face, like girls want guys to wash your face. I'm going to tell you that right now. Wash your face, moisturize. I'll put that on our story. I'll tell you what products you need. Girls, get your guys to do it. Guys, just do it. Moisturize. Because guess what? Our skins are the same. We both have skin on our face. You don't want to look like you're 80 when you're 40. There.
Love it.
I went on a
tangent. I will say, like, yeah, wash your face, but more importantly, wash your area.
Wash everywhere.
Wash your area.
Just shower. You guys don't even have to do all this, the hair, the crap like that. Just shower. It takes you only like 5 minutes. Anyway, I have one last one actually.
Okay, let's hear it.
Flirts with your friends.
That's a good one. I would say if I'm confident in the relationship and I know their intentions are with me, and like I don't think that bothers me. I actually would personally, I wouldn't say flirt, but being very friendly with my friends, I would love that, because I would want them to, I don't know, I'd want them to like be close. I don't want a guy who's flirting with random women, but if it's my friends, I feel a little differently.
Yeah. My thing is you can, I'm not saying that you can flirt with my friends. Like, you can flirt with my close friends, but if it's an acquaintance or something and you're flirting with them and I'm just getting a weird vibe, I'll pick up on that real quick. And I'm like, no. And I'm going to be honest, I have no filter.
Yeah.
Especially when I've had literally just one glass of wine. My filter's gone.
Same.
Gonzo. And I've caught people like flirting, and I've picked up on something, which I'll talk about later, that they were cheating on me, and I could see it right in front of me, and it just clicks in my brain, and I go, oh my God, something's more here. You can tell when there's more.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
And if it's like a sarcastic flirting with your friends, like kind of being funny, and like, I love that.
Me too.
If it's a serious, you're actually trying to flirt and get my like friend to, that's a whole different story.
Or it's just like they're too close.
Yeah.
And my thing is what bugs me even more is actually the opposite.
Okay.
If a friend is flirting with him,
got it,
and he's not like, haha at first, and then he's like, okay, actually like kind of back up.
Yeah.
That really bugs
100%.
me. Like, if you cannot stand up for yourself, you can't stand up for our relationship, and therefore I'm too bold for you, which is really weird to say, but it's like, I know myself more than you probably know our relationship. So anyway, my opinion there. Okay.
I have more though.
Okay, wait, what? You do?
Yes. Okay. This is more like, I guess not in a relationship yet, but red flag or deal breaker, mixed signals / he plays the game. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. Absolutely not anymore.
Yeah.
That is 100% a deal breaker for me now. And one relationship before this, or like thing before this, I would say, or connection with somebody before this, I would have said, oh oh, a red flag, because you know what? I can change what I want to fit what's in this relationship, because he likes me. He's just not saying it. Like, no.
Yeah.
That's a complete deal breaker for me now. Completely. How about you?
I actually agree, because I think it's okay. I think it's okay for women to kind of play the game a little bit. The guy should be pursuing you. I'll be honest. That's how I feel. And I don't want mixed signals from him. There should be no mixed signals. I should know exactly how he feels. And I like when they're straightforward.
Why do I want to guess what you're thinking?
Yeah, fuck no.
That's horrible. I want to hear it out loud from your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. And if you're lying, we're probably going to be able to read through it.
And like intentions up front. Like, what do you want to get out of this? Are we just friends with benefits? Cool. Let me know. Are we dating? Are you looking for a relationship?
Yeah.
And I guess I've been very open and communicative about that lately with like the dates that I've had.
Yeah.
Because one, I don't want to waste their time. I don't want to waste my time.
There's no need.
I want to know what they want. And I want them to know what I'm looking for. So it's like mixed signals. Screw that. Don't listen to Caller Daddy's advice on any sort of game playing, because women are so fucking done with that, especially when you hit age 25.
Here's a weird thing that one ex did with me is he would
I'm getting
tell
heated.
me to
I'm like literally sweating
because
it makes
I'm like
me mad.
I know. He would text me and be like, I'm at the bar. Okay. And I'm like, okay, cool. But I knew he would be like, oh yeah, come. And I'd be like, okay, what bar? And he wouldn't text me back for like God. 2 hours. And I'm like, and then this is really weird. He'd like purposely go like one of my Instagrams or like Snapchat me or something, like so that I knew he was on his phone, but he was purposely not texting me back to get my brain going. And I'm like, that was when I was like, I'm done. Mm-hmm. Like I'm 20. No, I'm not doing this shit. This isn't fun.
Or when a guy like is like, yeah, like we should hang out. And you're like, okay, yeah, sure. Sounds good. Like fun, whatever. And then it just kind of ends. Or if they're inviting you to come over, like, yeah, I'm with my friends. You should come. Yeah. You're like, okay, like cool. Where? What's the details? And they just kind of like brush it off.
Yeah, they're like,
if you want me
so where are you guys going tonight?
Then
you're like,
and then you hang out later and they're like, why didn't you come? And you're like, I didn't really think you wanted me to come. Girls overthink things. And if you want a girl to come,
just say, I want you to come to this address. That is not that hard. That is really not that hard.
I just realized sounds like we're saying something else.
Oh, no, I meant come to the pregame or to the get together.
But also same deal.
Don't tell me that though. I'll be like, stop talking.
I kind of like that, I think. Okay.
Well, I don't know what
okay. Anyway. Turn off. Red flag deal breaker. Overly jealous.
No. Deal breaker. No.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Here's the thing. If you get jealous in the beginning and then you talk about, I've been cheated on. Okay, I've been cheated on too. Okay, well, we need to go into this and both just have our guards down and trust that we're both not going to cheat on each other or like mess with each other. And if you really trust that person, then it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
Like my thing is I think there's no relationship without trust, and everyone always says that, but I've tried to make relationships without trust, and I kid you not, the minute
it's horrible,
your brain will flip and you get this like, you know, like when you get hot and sweaty and you're like, I'm overthinking this, but you know what? I think my gut's right. Like trust your gut. And if your gut's telling you something's wrong, it probably is.
Yep.
Deal breaker. Deal breaker.
I would say,
I was going to say, what over you?
I like a little jealousy.
Really?
But I'm not jealous, but I like when he gets a little jealous.
Okay.
Like, you know, if you're out and about and the guy's like hitting on you, like I want a guy to kind of like, yo man, what's up?
Wait, what are you doing? Up? Oh my God, you're so
funny.
So
just a little bit, not where it's like insane, like, wow, this guy's fucking crazy and jealous. But I like a little jealousy for sure. Because
I get that though. It's kind of, you can have it be a little more exciting.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I get it.
I
was just trying to play the devil's advocate a little bit there.
I get that. For me though, I think I like quieter people. And just in general.
Yeah.
So like, I don't want you getting my business when I'm talking to somebody else. Like I'm not doing anything. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I'm just very like, I'm very independent. And if you're worried about me talking to someone who you think is more attractive than you, then maybe you're not, confident in yourself. Or like, I'm not going to be worried about if you're talking to that cute girl over there unless it looks weird. If it looks weird, then I'll be like, what the heck are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, I don't know.
And then I play the game back and I find a cute boy and I talk to him in front of him. See, like I have issues. Okay.
At least you admit it. Anyway, okay. Speaking of red flags.
Yeah. Speaking of red flags.
Can you tell me about are you willing to talk about your date experiences this past weekend? Because I know you said it kind of was like.
Yeah, I do want to talk about it just because I think it's important.
Okay.
And I feel like a lot of women go through this.
Only if you're comfortable enough.
I'm comfortable. I'm just gonna get sweaty.
Okay. Well, guess what? I'm wearing all gray because I wanted you to feel more comfortable. So
okay, good. Honestly, let me take this jacket off because this is about to get real. Okay, Andrew, grab my sleeve.
Andrew, do this. This is Andrew.
This is what I just. Thanks, Andrew. Guys, Andrew's taking the jacket off.
Andrew's the best. By the way, can we just real quick plug Back Pocket Podcast? As always, they're the reason we're here. So give them a listen because they've got, I kid you not, how many episodes? 200 and something?
We have 284.
84. Yeah, I was going to say it's close to 300. They have 284 episodes. Start now because they're damn good. And they have a ton of guests on there. So if you ever have something you're slightly interested in, I bet you money they have a podcast for it.
Love it.
Anyway, I want to hear about this.
Okay, yeah.
Only to the extent, again, that you're comfortable.
For sure.
Yeah.
So actually, this guy did a lot of things right, which I also kind of want to shout out because like the first date was really cool. He called me the day before the date, which I was like, guys need to start doing this.
Because I love when they pick up the phone.
Yeah. He called me and we had a really good conversation. We went into the date, like it felt really comfortable and like I kind of already knew him a little bit. Yeah. So guys, get on that.
Talking on the phone just makes you feel or sound confident. Yeah. It makes the girl feel confident.
For sure. And he was like, sorry, I had to call you because I'm just excited for tomorrow. Like it was the cutest thing, right? And then I saw a little bit of red flags, I'll be honest. Only because I did my research.
What did you say to me? I think you said, this guy's too perfect. There's something wrong. And I kind of thought she was crackers, to be honest. I'm like, oh, shush. He's probably just a nice guy. No. Well, it turns out gut was right.
I do. Usually when I date someone, I have at least a few mutual friends. Okay.
Right. No,
somehow. I usually don't go on like random Hinge dates. Because I don't know who they are at all. Like for me, it's hard for me to just go with someone completely random, go on a date. But this guy, I recognize his face. He's talked to me on Instagram a few times. And I'm like, oh my God, we have no mutual friends. So I can't get the details about him.
Oh shoot. Yeah. You had no way to creep.
But I'm a woman, secret agent, FBI Soph came right out.
Undercover always.
I found someone, a mutual friend of a friend, actually. Friend of a friend of a friend.
Okay.
And it was just like, this is why it kind of turned me off and was like a little bit of a red flag just because I heard a little bit of like an aggressive past. Okay.
Oh God. You say aggressive and that immediately my brain goes.
But at this point, he was already on his way to my house.
Oh.
So the second.
He probably didn't live close by then if you're saying that.
I'm not going to even.
Well, I don't even want to. You're not
going
to give anything away, but there's clearly a reason why you didn't say.
Yeah. So. This is the second date. He shows up. It went really well, actually. And then...
How did you turn your mind off from what you just found out that he was aggressive?
Because he was being amazing. Think about it. Like
see, for me, if I hear someone's aggressive, I'm freaked. No, seriously.
But also, I didn't know if that was the truth.
Okay, fair enough.
Because it was,
you were playing devil's advocate.
It could have been someone who was also interested in this guy. Like, oh, like you shouldn't. You know what I mean?
I know, that's fair. I just was curious how.
And I wanted to kind of feel it out for myself. And it was going really well, but this is all I have to say is that if you are a guy and you're on a second date and things get heated, which honestly, try not to let that happen on a second date. I'll say that up front because you don't want things to happen too quickly, one, and you want her to know that you respect her, right? Mm-hmm. So if you start whipping out like these kinky, weird moves,
like intense
moves on a second date, it made me feel disrespected. Especially because I was verbal about like not wanting to go any further. And even if it did get further, I will say like we did not have sex. Mm-hmm. But it was still, even if I said that and maybe I decided like, you know what, whatever, this is when the women and the gray boundaries, mm-hmm. gray lines appears because a lot of times women say, you know what, God damn it. Like this guy, whatever. Like I'm just going to, let's just comply. It's easier. I'll just be done. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. Sadly.
I do. Mm-hmm. And I actually had not had this experience before. It was like, you know what? I was like, fuck it. Like, okay, again, we did not have sex, but
it got further than
I wanted. And not only that, it was really, really fucking aggressive.
So he was a pusher.
Yeah.
That's so not okay.
And I love aggression. I love dominant men in the bedroom.
It's a different way though.
But on a second date, you need to show that you're a gentle, respectful man.
And that you're nervous. Like this shouldn't be just like
before you do these crazy ass things to me. And then here's what happened. So then all of a sudden that the research that I found out flipped on in my head
while you were kind of intimate.
While this crazy kinky stuff was going on. And I was oh my God. And I started bawling.
In the middle.
I'm like, stop. And I started crying, slammed the bathroom
door. How
the
heck did he react?
I came out of the bathroom and he was like dressed and I'm like, and I pretty much said I felt disrespected. And
how did he take that or handle that?
He felt bad. But then I was also like, you know what? Like, let's just call it a night. And I kind of played it nice, honestly, because I just wanted him to leave. I played it nice, and then the next day I got closure because I sent this long, mean text and was like,
you needed to,
don't text me again.
No, seriously, you needed to.
Yeah.
Did he leave you alone?
After a while, yeah. He respected that and hasn't texted me now.
Wow.
After a few messages.
Well, first of all, I'm sorry that happened.
But
I was going to say, many people go through this. So many girls abide by things they don't want to do because it's just easier than
you don't want to come off
arguing.
You don't want to come off like lame and that you're stingy and that you're, you know what I mean?
And you also just don't want to argue somebody who already is coming off a little aggressive. It's almost like a subconscious fear gets enabled into you and turned on. And you're like, I honestly, I don't know really what to do. So I think I should just do it. That's not okay to have that mindset. But guess what? Sometimes fear takes over.
Yeah.
And it's more
when it's not even fear.
Control.
It's like I called a friend, the next day because I honestly just felt disgusted.
Well, fear in the moment, disgusted afterwards.
I felt disgusted and I was like, why do I even feel gross about this? Like it's so strange because it's not like he did anything crazy wrong. Like there was definitely lines crossed, but I was like what am I thinking? What am I feeling? And she was like, and I had never gone through that before, only because I feel like I'm pretty opinionated and outspoken, and like guys don't ever do that to me because I will fucking sit them down and say, you better fucking respect me. Yeah. But this guy just took it too far. Yeah. And she was like, yeah, like I've wanted to have sex before. And he was like, no, you have to go down on me first. And she was like, and she did it. And then she got what she wanted, but then she like cried after. And all I have to say is no matter what happens in the moment when you're intimate, your feelings afterwards are completely valid. And if you felt gross and disgusted and you're crying and you just like,
and it doesn't feel right and it felt pressured, something and it felt too wrong. Strong or too intense, something's not right.
If something felt wrong, trust it. And that's all I have to say.
I'm not super comfortable talking about a situation that I had one time when I was a little more overly drunk, but I had someone push me downstairs before when we were drinking. Mm-hmm.
So not sexual
related?
related?
Well, it was, we had
like you guys were fighting.
No, he like, I don't really even know. I think I wanted to walk upstairs to get a water and he was annoyed by that and he pushed me down the stairs.
You're kidding.
I've never said that out loud. I swear to God. I just kind of remembered it, to be honest, but I was probably a little bit too drunk anyway, but I remember that.
You were done hooking up and
yeah. Mm-hmm.
What a asshole.
Yeah, it's messed up. I just remember that, but I remember feeling like disturbed after because it was more aggressive situation.
Yeah.
And like it was just wrong. Yeah. It just was really wrong.
Never to be pushed down the stairs is okay, but like, maybe later in a relationship, choking, gagging, whatever. Like if you want to get kinky.
If you want, I mean, that's your thing.
Way later in a relationship, if you like that and you verbalize that and you communicate that and you talk to them
about it. It
has
to be talked about. If you can't talk about it, you shouldn't be able to do it. That's
exactly.
My thing.
That's the key. Yeah, if you haven't talked about it, just don't even. If she doesn't tell you to choke her, like don't choke her.
Also, don't align with somebody else's needs when they're not for you. Yeah. That's my thing. It's like, don't pretend like that's okay with you because it's okay with them. Yeah. Do not ever do that, because even in a more relationship setting, not talking about sex, in older relationships, I'd wish someone would do something and then I'd start to like fade and I'd be like, well, actually, I don't need that because he's so great and maybe he just doesn't do this because he's different than me.
Can you give me an example? I'm confused.
For example, okay, sorry, yeah, that was maybe a little vague. For example, I want someone to compliment me just because you know what? I did a lot of work. I got dressed up and we're going out to a nice dinner and I'm excited about it. And you should too.
You better walk out the room. He better say, damn. Sid, I want to slap that ass. Right? He opens the door. He opens the door for you and he slaps.
Just like a little, and he slaps it. Yeah.
He slaps your ass on the way out. Okay, continue.
I love a little booty tap. No, but just even if you come out and you're like, wow, you're beautiful. Or like something as simple as 3 words. You are beautiful. Boom, done. It's over. Not that I'm needing it or expecting it, but I'm just excited and I'm thinking how handsome he is and I'm saying it too. And he never says it ever. And I'm like, you know what? He probably is thinking it. And I don't really need someone to tell me that. It's like, but no, think long term. Like, are you going to want your kids to not like feel like respected like that? Or like, I know it's aggressive to think like that, but for me, I go, okay, I'm in a relationship with this person. What if I were to get married to this ex person in how many years?
It has to be a thought.
What if he doesn't tell me I'm beautiful in the relationship and I start getting insecure or something weird? Something in, it's just.
That's not weird at all because, I mean, people feel love in different ways. And for women, a lot of times it is like a little bit of words of affirmation. You want to know, like guys don't think they have to tell you like their feelings in the moment. Like, wow, you look good. Like, oh dang, those are cute pants. Like, I don't know.
It can be so simple. Yeah. It can be literally so simple. And we don't need, I mean, we might need a lot, but we deserve a lot more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, okay. So wrapping up that was a red flag with the date. That's why,
red flag and then a deal breaker.
Yeah. So, advice to women is trust your gut and don't make excuses for him.
And then check in, the being man to woman and woman to man, and also whoever it is, girl to girl, boy to boy, it does not matter. Yeah. Check in, let them make the first move on the couple of dates, especially like in this instance, woman make the first move. I will say
men, you just need to make sure when you are hooking up, if it's new, you need to be constantly checking in. Yeah, especially this moment in time.
We're in 2020.
We're in 2020. The Me Too movement is not over. Just be checking in to be safe.
Yeah.
Don't ask her, like, you don't want to ask what she wants and make her think, okay, well, what does he want?
Yep.
You want to make sure it's actually what she wants, not what you think she thinks you want.
Mm-hmm.
So,
period. I like how that you put that.
Period.
End of story.
Exclamation point.
Sorry, I got kind of deep there too, but that's the whole point of this podcast too. By the way, you guys, like, we want to be real. This is real stuff that I think a lot of women we know even too won't. They'll share maybe with their most intimate friends, but they won't talk about. And even though that's hard for you and probably hard for me to say that too, it's worth sharing because if it's gonna help somebody else, I'm willing to say it. Yeah,
and I bet a lot of women will reach out and like. Like a lot of women go through experiences like this too. So,
and I'm going to just briefly share this. I did it's called the I Am movement. Allie Miller started it and I did it in college because I was sexually assaulted when I was younger.
Yeah.
And even that is something that I think I was so afraid to say out loud because I felt ashamed and I wasn't really sure why.
I Am movement?
It's called the I Am movement. It was right before the Me Too movement, actually.
Okay.
And it went viral around college campuses. And I was one of the first people that did it with Allie and came out and said it. And I'll post the picture to our social media and stuff like that. But it was just like, I am not defined by that moment. I'm not defined by that day.
Yeah.
I'm not defined by XYZ.
Yeah.
And I actually have it tattooed on my body right here. I am tattooed here.
Cute.
Yeah. So that's what it is. It means a lot more, but it's like I was afraid to even share that. Mm-hmm. And then I shared it and people were like, thank you for sharing that because now I don't feel like I'm have to hold this in or like I'm the only one.
Yeah. I also want to clarify like what happened on this was not.
No.
Like, I don't want to associate it with Me Too movement or anything. Like, that is not what happened. At least I don't think. Like, see, that's fuck.
See, right, what you said right there is why it's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. But that's, it's your discretion. But anyway, probably not one of your better dates. Yeah. To bring it a little bit lighter, can we talk about bad dates?
Yeah, I was going to say, do you have any really bad dates?
Okay, so can I just name a few that I think are like really bad, just ideas?
Oh,
just
like bad.
Like just literally like bad ideas. Indian food. Stop. Stop.
Don't take me out to
Do
Indian
not
food. Why?
take because, ma'am, you're going to need a 2-toilet situation and I've got one here, okay? So that goes through my intestines like nobody's business. Absolutely not.
Okay, more about Syd's poop.
Sorry, guys. I have colitis, gastritis, acid reflux. You name it, I have it internally and it's a problem. Okay, happy? Yes. Lactose? Yes. Gluten intolerant? Yes. Anyway,
that sucks.
Okay.
You can take me out. You can take me out for Indian food.
Yeah. So that's Soph, not me. Rock climbing. I don't know why that someone just
like
said
that
to
wink
me.
at the camera.
Rock climbing. I don't know why that would be such a weird date.
I've actually done that as
was
a date.
Was it fun?
Yeah.
Someone actually said it to me and I was like, I don't think I'd really probably want to go rock climbing. I don't know why.
I did, but it's a little weird because they're just like staring up at your ass.
I know, and you're like
time.
Dangling above them. I can't reach this
like,
far rock.
I'm like, you like this view, baby? Stop. Like first date, just staring up there.
Well, bringing like a girl to a football game or like a baseball game, she doesn't like sports and they're super into it. I think that's kind of a bad date idea.
Oh my God.
Yep. And guys don't realize it and they're thinking like, oh, I'll bring her to like maybe they're thinking this. I shouldn't assume that they're bringing them to like their hobby. Okay. And Sophie's raising her hand to speak next, just so you know, and there's no one to call on her. But just I like sports, so like I'd love to go to a sports event, but I think I'm a little on the manlier sporty side. So wait, what were you gonna say?
Pick me,
Sophie.
Thanks. Yes, I totally agree with this. A lot of times, this has happened to me before too. A guy takes you to like a basketball game. I'm literally like, what the fuck? Like,
and we're not even talking because they're like,
they're like, did you see that? So then they explain the game and I'm like, I really
already know
don't
how
care.
The game goes also.
Yeah, I didn't, but I was like, okay, moving on. But what I'm saying is like a guy needs to think about what the girl wants to do rather than like something that he thinks is really cool to take you to. Like think about her first because
and it could be mutually liked.
Yeah, another date, this guy like talked up this date so much. He's like, you're gonna love this. I'm so excited for you. Like, oh my gosh. And really it's just him sitting in a seat excited because he took me race car driving. I'm like,
wait, that's pretty sick though.
Okay, it was sick. But
do you drive stick? Stick shift?
Yeah, I try. No, it was like one of those it was one of those
oh my, you mean go-karts?
No, it wasn't go-karts. It wasn't
bumper
race
cars?
car. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Andrew might have some
insight.
It's
around the track and they time you.
Go-karting. That's a go-kart.
Okay, maybe it was go-karts.
That's go-kart. Oh my God, you said race car driving. Sister,
Sorry.
that is completely different.
Yeah.
And that is like my dream date.
And if he was driving the race car and I watch him like with his hand on the seat, oh yeah, I'd be into that.
My dad used to race cars amateurly.
Oh my God. That would be a cool date. But I just mean like he talked it up so much and I was like so excited.
Go-karting and you're not even together. You're driving around your own little car going, did I win?
Like, yeah, it was... Keep the woman in mind, but okay.
Anyway, okay. I'm trying to think of a bad date that I've had. Wait, what were you gonna say?
Date to the movies where you don't talk. Yeah.
Oh, agreed. I didn't even. Yeah. Okay. Because it's like, especially if it's the first like two. I'd say first two. You go there and you're like, can I have the popcorn? That's like the only thing you can say. And then after the movie, you go, that was really cool. That was a good. Yeah, I like that part too. And then you get out of the car and it's like you look at each other and you're like, I don't know if you're going to kiss me and I'm uncomfortable. So usually I just get out without hugging them and I just leave because I'm like, no.
That's the definition of like a middle school date.
I know, but like,
where your mom would drive you to the movie theaters and you'd meet the boy.
Oh my God, yes. And you were so nervous and you wore like your like cool new shoes and like new hoodie because you're like, yeah.
Have you
cute.
Have you ever dweedled in the movie theater?
No, I haven't dweedled in there, you freaking creep. God damn it, dweedled.
I didn't want.
You know what I hate?
I didn't want to say.
Can I say something? When people bring a blanket to the movie theater, because I know you're doing something creepy into that. Like, don't bring a blanket to a movie theater. You look like a creep.
It's one of the best high school dates I ever went on.
Oh
just
God,
kidding.
help me, Lord Jesus.
No, I'm kidding. I didn't do that in high school.
I want to. Do you have a really, really, really bad date? Like,
I'm laughing because I haven't read your notes yet. I need to hear about this date. About
which one?
The red cow.
Okay.
I can't think of one.
I was just going on a date. I was not dating this person. I went on a date with a slightly older person that I thought was very cool. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is really cool. He's older. So he took me to Red Cow.
How old were you?
I was 19.
Okay.
So this is while I was in college. He was not in college.
And he was 35?
No. He was 26. I was 19. Yeah, it was horrible. I know. He got really nervous and he was sweating visually and like I kid you not, we'd just gotten the menus, you guys. We just sat down and things were getting damp and then I get kind of awkward because I'm like, he's so uncomfortably awkward. It's like making me nervous. And he didn't really have much to say. And then he started going on his phone and was just like trying to like, she was going to show me something and then he couldn't find it. I'm like, and it took him a long time to find it. And I was just like,
poor guy.
He's like, I can't find the picture. And I'm like, I'm so creeped out. So anyway, so we order and I'm like, this is going to be a never ending date. And so he orders 2 appetizers. Okay. And they come out, and it's red cow. It's a little like, you know, tuna tartare thing situation. And I grab for one. And he goes, "Oh, this is for me."
Oh no!
And I go, "Oh, sorry." And he goes, "Oh, you just like you didn't order an app, so these are like mine." You guys,
are
seriously?
You
That's weird. I was just like, oh yeah, no, yeah, you're right. Like, why? Because I was so awkward. I was like, and then guess what? I got awkward and went on my phone because I'm like, this is creepy.
No.
And you know what I did? He had wanted me to like.
You went to the bathroom and didn't come back.
No, I didn't do that. I texted my friend and he was like, "Well, do you want to come over?" Sir, God. Absolutely not. I was like, my friends came and picked me up. I was like, don't come get me. I can't. This is so freaking weird. Yeah. So that was one of my worst dates, you guys.
That's so awkward.
It was weird. Or I did have one. Actually, I have one more.
Okay, let's hear it.
I just, if you care.
I want to hear it. Wait. Can I ask?
What?
Because you're talking about movie theater. Like, do you kiss, you hug? First date, do you like to be kissed?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
It depends, actually. I would say if it's like a dinner date and it goes really well and we're jiving and like, here's the thing, pay attention to physical cues. Like if I touch
read the room. Read the room.
Read the damn room.
If you're not comfortable on the first date with, you know, you should maybe like not try kinky things. Read the room. Don't
kiss me if I haven't like, if I like touch your arm in the car, like laugh and touch your arm, like physical cues are very important to pay attention to.
If I'm looking at your lips, do it.
Well, of course. Or if you're just like, you're like kind of being funny and flirty and then like they get out and hug you and you like purposely look at them. Yeah. Like if a girl turns away and doesn't look in your eye, that means absolutely do not come in for the kiss because you're going to get a,
yeah.
That was a side. That was for those listening. That was a dodge. Anyway.
That's a good point though. A lot of times it's the hug, and if she stays there a little longer, it looks at you. Maybe
that means probably
down at the lips, back up at the eyes. There you go.
Boom, lay it on her.
But just if it's
kindly.
Read the room. Okay, second worst date. Okay. Let's hear it.
So, I went on a here. How do I even start this? I thought I was going to a happy hour with an old friend. Oh. Like an old friend, like just like catching up, talking about work related things. We go to the what I thought was a happy hour. What? Were you going to say something?
No, I was just raising my hand to go next.
Oh, to go next. I love this chick. And it was definitely a date. Like definitely a date. It was, I thought I'll just actually spill the beans on where it was. I thought we were going to Hewing Rooftop to like have a drink, but we were like having a sit down dinner. And then I ordered a drink. And I drove there, by the way. This is when I was not living downtown. And he ordered me another one, and it was cocktails. You know what I mean? So, like, 2's pushing it, I think, to drive, in my opinion.
I had 2 on Saturday night, and I felt fucked.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. And so I was like, oh, I don't really think I'm going to drink that. He's like, why? You can stay at my place. I'm like,
This was a first date?
No, this is not a date. This was just, like, someone who I was catching up with who crossed a line. Yeah. And I go, stay at your house. He's like, well, yeah. I mean, like if you want, he's like, you said you're not dating anyone right now. Cause I told this person about dates that I had been on and people I was seeing or had seen in the past and it broke it off with. And then I was like, I'm confused. He goes, well, if I would have known earlier that you weren't seeing anyone right now, like I would have already asked you on a date. And I was just, that is so, don't come into something. It's disrespect. I felt so appalled and I was like, no, that's crossing the line. You're assuming that I wanted to be there because you're my friend. And now you're making me feel uncomfortable and wanting me to come over and trying to have me drink too much.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
That's disgusting.
I was pissed. Anyway, super, super not happy to be there and not really my friend anymore. So, yeah.
Gross.
Anyway, Sophie, what was your bad date?
See, now I almost forgot. This is bad.
You got it.
Oh, have you ever been on a blind date?
No.
Okay. It was not, it's not a bad date. It's just certain things during dates that, I think are funny that have happened.
Oh, okay.
So like, I'm going to give examples. This was kind of a blind date, which is why I brought it up, but.
Did you actually not know what the person looked like?
I did know what he looked like, but I've never talked to him.
I was just curious because I think about when you walk into the room trying to find them and you're like,
no, Are
you in the red shirt?
I would never go on a blind date if I didn't know what they looked like because you have to have some sort of attraction. Andrew, what's up?
I went on a blind date.
You did? No, you did not.
Where, a friend set it up, and I only got her first name.
So you didn't know what she looked like.
So
where did you go? Like. Can I ask her? Is that going to give it away?
We went to an Italian restaurant.
Okay.
Okay, so, but were you guys like going to meet up front or at the table, or are you going to just call out her name when you walked in?
No, I got there, like I said the time, and I got there early.
Good job.
And told her where I was sitting.
Nice.
There you go.
Oh, that's nice.
What was funny too is I went to the friend's Instagram and still looked up the first name, and there was like 14 of them.
Oh,
like, shit! And I'm like,
went through each person.
Right, together, you're married. You're out of here. And I was like, all right, limit it down to
Makes
like
his
4.
checklist. You're like, nope, that's not her.
You know what? Guys research too. This is cool.
Oh, wait, that's good to know.
Okay.
Well, lightly. He was on a blind date, so.
It ended up going okay, but it was just awkward.
Are you dating now?
No.
Okay.
It was awkward. I would never do it again.
Yeah.
Too many question marks going into it, and then you gotta like play catch up the whole time.
Yeah.
And you start off with like, so what sports did you play in high school? Like something just horrible.
Who are you?
Wait, so no, I don't know anything about you, and I have nothing to ask you because like literally, what do you talk about?
Yeah, you start with like the mutual friend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's fun that we got connected.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely important to know what they look like, a little bit. Before a blind date.
I just want to know a little more about you than nothing.
You need to have like a little bit of attraction. But anyways, a funny date that I went on is when they whip out like $100 bill at the table to act like they pay with hundreds.
I've seen that before, and you're like,
yeah.
You look at it, and you're like, cool.
I gave him shit though for it. I was like, oh, did you go to the ATM before this and grab $100 bill? He was like, no, I had it.
I just carry hundreds.
I'm like, get over yourself.
Okay,
so we've had enough turn-offs and deal breakers. We'll come back to what are some turn-ons.
Oh, turn-ons.
Yeah.
You're not asking turn-offs anymore.
No.
Well, I said I wasn't going to talk about Jordan. I can mention him in small spurts,
I do
want to
hear, and not about sexual things.
No, absolutely not.
Because I want to hear turn-ons because, like, obviously something about Jordan turned you on, I guess, and made you want. So, like, why Jordan?
And since you were the matchmaker, I can share. You know, as I start to get to know this guy, he's very serious, and I actually really like that he's serious and very busy because he's very driven. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just super attractive. Like he almost doesn't have enough time to be doing this. And that sounds really twisted and weird, but I'm so independent that it's really nice because he's still making that time. And that was a huge, like, exciting thing to me. He's funny and he can be weird. Yeah. He can be really, really weird. And I think that's something that you need. I don't know. I'm weird. I'm probably going to say something weird and we're going to look at each other weird. And if you're judgmental to me, that's not right. I don't know. He treats his mom really well. I met his family not that long ago. He's a mama's boy, and that's
I wrote that one down.
Thing.
They have to treat the mom well.
It's beyond important.
They don't have to kiss her on the lips, but they have to treat her well.
No kissing either of the parents on the lips, please. Yeah, I don't know. If they make an effort with your family, that's a huge deal to me. And these all sound so serious and so late in the game, but for what?
Exactly.
Why are you making excuses for your own relationship? But it's like, it depends on your needs and your wants. But my thing is like, why was I waiting for these things in a better relationship or in a more serious relationship or when it got more serious? Like it should naturally ebb in and flow into a serious or more serious relationship where these efforts are consistent. That's my opinion. I've gone through some not so great ones. So I've started to figure this out. So I can tell from now on. But do you have any that like pop in your mind and you're like, oh my gosh, this is like why for turn-ons? Yeah, yes. Just even about the person.
I'll go like non-sexual and then also sexual.
Okay.
Because I feel like turn-ons usually are. Anyways, okay. Turn-ons, definitely what you mentioned, independent. They have to be motivated and independent, and whether that means busy, whatever. Because I am so independent, like you are as well. I want someone who kind of like compliments me rather than like completes me. Yeah. So I need someone to be completely fine on their own. I make their life better, but I don't complete it, you know?
Yep.
Because that's what I need.
Exactly.
I also need, I was going to say a little bossy because I'm bossy. So like, I need them to be a little like forward, like straightforward.
I mean, they have to have an opinion. Yeah. And they got to push you a little bit because
motivated.
They got to make you better.
Street smart because I'm not street smart.
Okay. Wait, what do you mean?
So
what is you're not street smart about? Like, are you saying like you're not good with directions? You're not good with like social cues, which I know you are. So I'm like, that's why I'm asking. You should clarify.
I cannot read the room. No, I'm really good with social cues. I mean, in like anything that has to do with getting through your day to day. Sounds so bad. Like, for example, I use my GPS all the time. I am really bad.
Yeah, you do actually. Even in Uptown, when we've driven back and forth from Andrew and my house, how many times together? 15?
I use my GPS for everything.
It's hilarious.
I'm not like handy. I don't know how to do simple things like hang a picture on the wall. I need a man who just can figure shit out, like street smart.
No, I get that. I do.
Not gonna lie, I'm extremely book smart. 4.0, got that shit down.
Ayo.
Locked and loaded.
There it is.
So if you need me to study something, like I got you. But I need someone who's street smart to balance me out.
I love that. I get it. I actually do. That's cool. It just depends on the person.
Turn-ons. Fuckboy, which is so bad.
Sophie.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. I had a fuckboy stage, and I dated a few athletes, and that was one of my larger mistakes.
Yeah,
I will say that right now.
So when I say that, though, I think it was just like the vibe I get, because I do like people that are confident but not cocky.
But I feel like a fuckboy's cocky.
Yes.
Oh, so you probably were just sorting through.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what's confidence and what's cockiness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, I get that. I get that. No, totally.
And also, I want someone like a turn on focuses on health. Doesn't binge drink like every weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like
a deal
all
breaker
around. They want to be better and have overall health.
You know what I thought of? One is receptiveness to like you being a woman, and that sounds really random, and I'll explain. But receptiveness and understanding in like, I might have a little bit like of a weird feeling about something, and I have to bring it up and ask you because I'm overthinking it, or I'm on my period and I'm really irrationally worrying, and like just understanding that, like, hey, I'm going to say it to you. I'm going to communicate this to you, and I feel kind of funky, and they're like, no, it's okay. Like I'm good. You're good.
Yeah.
And just that it's okay. I'm like, boom, problem solved.
Mm-hmm.
No worry. This worry is gone. And instead of it festering for a weekend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They need to understand that women sometimes have like feelings that just come out like this, and they should be able to take it.
And I'm not talking being cray cray, but I'm talking hormones are a real thing. Like guys, we take pills to not have babies. This is like a real thing that almost all girls our age do. I would say, I don't know the percentage. It's not everybody, but it's almost all, I would say. And it's a real thing. We take hormones and we eat hormones every single day, or it's implanted in our arm or in our uterus.
We eat hormones?
Eat hormones. I see eat the pill, right? Eat it. I don't know. Ingest. Yeah, sorry. But it's like things will happen. It makes you feel weird. Anyway, sorry, I rambled.
Sexual turn-ons. I actually didn't like write any down. I'm trying to like think, but do you have any off the top of your head?
I'm trying to think. You kind of put me on the spot. I would say, like, I love a little leg touch at dinner.
Ooh.
I love a
little leg touch.
No, but like it's just like
we're eating our corn on the cob.
I think it's because I like quieter people.
Yeah.
And are much like attracted to people who are quieter, and if they like,
so weird to me.
I know, because I'm like really in your face. Yeah, I know. I think
so. Okay, so it's like a turn on for me is like I want a guy that is not quiet, but I want them, like, if you were to like go to a party, I want to be able to go mingle, walk around the room, and he's doing his own thing. Like that's why. I see what you're saying. Like that's why I don't want to like I need someone who's like outgoing, like kind of. But like that's why we're different, and that's why we're here, you know? Yeah,
I would say though, outgoing with your friends and quieter as a human can be two in one.
Agreed. I see what you're saying. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you like PDA?
Absolutely not. Okay. Absolutely not. I do not want you to like. I'm so weird about it. Like, give me a side hug or something, or kiss me on the cheek, or like give me one kiss at dinner throughout the whole 2 hours.
Okay.
Do not try to make out with me in public. I think it is so odd. Do you?
I kind of like it.
What?
I know it's
totally a personal thing, though.
It's an unpopular opinion. I will say that.
Can I ask you a weird question?
Yeah.
Because I know we're gonna have a later episode about family dynamics, but did you see your parents hug and kiss?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so this is my kind of sort of theory.
I didn't think about that.
And when we bring on a a family dynamics and like therapist expert, I don't know, we were trying to decide on what direction we want to go with that, but I never saw my parents hug or kiss.
Oh.
And I think it has to do with my views on PDA. I'm genuinely thinking that might be something related.
Let's check this theory.
Yeah.
Right here in this room. Andrew, thoughts? Do you
believe?
Well, first of all, do you like PDA?
I like PDA.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
No, here's the thing.
But I get uncomfortable in knowing that it's the unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
So that it's hard to find that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just starting with communicating.
Yeah.
Of course.
And your parents?
Yeah, I was going to say your parents.
Not so much.
Interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
So you didn't really,
Small
did you
things.
see them?
Small things.
Like what?
Yeah.
Like kissing and hugging, but
so
they're
yes.
small.
No, but those are PDA because they're in front of you guys, right? Growing up.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. So far the theory is true.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Interesting, Syd.
I'm curious. I'll have to find out more.
But I will say, I like. I don't know. There's something about it. Even if I'm having let's say you're out at a bar.
Okay. Yeah.
And you're kind of just up against each other, hold. I don't know. I just
I
just love that.
I can get it when, for instance, I'm gonna give you a weird example. When you walk up to get a drink together, and he kind of
is behind
holds
you?
Your butt or something, and is behind you. Yeah,
yes.
That to me, that is attractive, and it's that kind of sets the tone for the evening, if that makes sense.
And it's putting what he's doing.
He's preheating the oven.
No, well, but you know what he's also doing.
What?
If you're at a bar and you're going to get a drink, he's being jealous / protective.
He's being protective,
and that's fucking hot.
I don't like the jealousy piece. I like the protective piece though.
Yeah.
I like the more he's confident, this is my girl.
He's
instead
marking
of the
his territory.
No, this is my girl. Don't even look over here, buddy. It's
he's marking his territory,
but in a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Love it.
Speaking of, I think we should just kind of move into our last area that we wanted to talk about with our red flag, deal breaker, dating, relationships. Thoughts on relationships in your 20s. We're in our 20s right now, hopefully, and I assume so. A lot of our listeners are in their 20s right now. What are your, Soph, thoughts on having a relationship in your 20s?
And we definitely want to bring this up because obviously we have different opinions.
Yeah. And
because Syd has a boyfriend, I don't.
Yeah.
So I will say, if you asked me a year ago, I'd say hell to the fucking no.
Really?
Yeah. Because I was trying to figure out what I wanted. And for me to kind of, I've talked about this. I talked exactly this, probably word for word, very similar on the back pocket when I was with Andrew and Declan.
Oh yeah. In your episode. Yeah.
About how I personally grow more as a person when I am alone and kind of not using a relationship to,
grow yourself with or something. I'm trying to sorry, I shouldn't finish your sentence. I just get excited.
Not using a relationship to mask other uncomfortable feelings that I'm feeling because I don't have someone to lean onto. Or does that make any sense?
No, you kind of lost me a little bit.
I know. I lost myself.
No, I understand the bigger picture, but
I don't
condensed.
I didn't want a relationship for a while because I felt like when I was alone, I wasn't using a relationship to kind of complete me.
Okay. Got it.
So I wanted to make the decisions based only on me. If I wanted to move, I was going to move. If I wanted to do this, I was going to do this. I wanted to only make decisions for myself, which is kind of selfish, right? But in your early 20s, that you deserve to do that. And I feel like I have grown so much in my early 20s because I have been single. If I would have been in a relationship where I had a boyfriend who had a job and I knew his job was, let's say he had a decent job, and let's say I was still working in the corporate world, I would have stayed exactly where I was. I would have felt comfortable.
I see.
I would have been comfortable. I would have felt confident. I would have been okay, here's my future. Here's my soon to be husband. He has a good job. We're going to have kids. And I would be static. I would be static.
Yeah.
But when I'm alone, I push myself. I'm I want to be better. I want to be better. I want
to
be better. I want to be better. I want to get out of my comfort zone. I want to start this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to try to start my own business. I just feel like I wouldn't have done that if I had a relationship. But that was my answer a year ago. Now, I'm kind of at the moment where I feel pretty confident with where I'm going with my direction.
Yep, and independent enough probably too.
Independent enough that I would love someone to compliment that.
I love the way you use that, compliment. It's supposed to be a compliment to you, not a piece.
Not a piece.
That makes
a compliment to me.
I love that.
And because I just want to be cuddled at night. I literally was walking.
Excuse me, were you soft out there?
Yeah, guys, I was walking home in the rain the other day.
Andrew's like got his head down crying.
I was walking home in the rain the other day.
Stop.
This was yesterday when I texted you too.
Oh, sad
I just went through ups and downs yesterday. I was walking home in the rain. Just started pouring on me. Sad song was playing. And I was like, God damn it. I just want someone to gently, key word, gently cuddle me.
Aww.
And I want it to be a man.
I get it.
You know?
I get it.
So, yeah. But
so that's your thoughts. That's where you are.
That's where I'm at. I mean, I'm very happy being single. And I'm going to continue being single because I'm not going to date to just date you and have a boyfriend. The next person I date, I'm going to plan to marry. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
I don't want to waste time. So I definitely still test the waters. I definitely still go on dates. But it's not going to, I'm not just going to get in a relationship to make myself feel comfortable.
I completely agree. And I get that.
So yeah, that's,
I like that. I like where you're at. And I like how you've shown your shift too.
Yeah. What about you?
You know, I actually,
because you're younger than me.
I am.
When I was 23, I was like, hell no.
See, here's the thing. I'm more of a relationship person.
Yeah.
I do like being in relationships. I think before I used them as a crutch for my problems that I was pretending that weren't there, or maybe that I didn't know. That's what I was trying to
say. Crutch. I like that.
I used it as a crutch. And then I took a hiatus and I would say I went on dates and dated, quote unquote dated. So just meaning like I saw this person for a month or whatever.
Yeah.
It wasn't actually, I would say it's dating, not in a relationship, if that makes sense.
Let's talk about that next. Tactics of, because I want to talk about that.
Okay. But I actually took, after my previous relationship, I haven't dated someone in about 3 years.
As an official
title, boyfriend and girlfriend. Okay. I've seen people here and there. And it was probably the best thing that I'd done. And what's interesting is I said to myself, I was like, I don't care to find anyone, and I'm not going to look, because I think the minute that you stop looking is the minute you find somebody.
Yes, I need
and
to
so
do that.
Sophie actually was like, yeah, let's, go on this date, whatever. And I said no a few times, and then I was stubborn, and then I went. And
wait, can I add something?
What?
Yeah, I was going to say, I was so excited when I met Syd, because I was like, yes, a single friend, like, we're gonna have so much fun. And then this guy, his name was Jordan,
the salty face
Jordan was like, hey,
has on right now.
He's like, hey, come hang out with me. And he was like, bring your friend Syd. I'm like, okay. And then next thing you know, Syd was no longer my single friend.
I know, I'm sorry. But you know what though?
I'm happy for you guys.
Thank you. The only reason I'm in it is because I'm not cutting any corners for myself. And when I need something, I say it. When I don't like something, I say it. I don't have to have any, I used to mute myself and like, you know what I said, like change what I needed. And I no longer change what I needed or muted myself or do any of that. So I just feel like I don't plan out the exact future, but I'm not wasting my time.
Love
and
it.
that's a huge thing for me.
I'll also say that you definitely like, you start new things, you push out of your comfort level, no matter what.
Oh, no matter who I'm seeing, no matter what the factor is.
Like, you were so like, and I guess like maybe I would be the same way. I'm not sure, but I don't think Jordan or the relationship you're in is holding you back whatsoever. Like
absolutely
you're still doing everything you want to do, and you're still getting promotions. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're still fucking killing it every day.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I actually got a promotion today, you guys.
Shout out to.
If it holds me back, that's when it needs to go.
Yeah,
if someone tells me what I can't do, that's when it needs to go. If I feel less than, it's done. And the thing is I am so confident in who I am right now and how much I've grown that if I saw one of those things, I'd be out of there in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Another thing, and the reason I'm in it is because I don't take it too seriously and I keep it light. Keep the frickin' relationship light. Why does it need to be serious? You've got so many more years to get serious about your life. He's a serious person.
Okay.
But he isn't serious in the matter of our relationship.
Okay.
He's a serious person. He gets his shit done. He's got shit to do. He's got goals to meet. That's cool to me. But when we turn our computers off, we are crying, laughing. Like we are like bugging each other. Like we're so annoying to each other. And that's how it should be.
So could you say that, are you saying that you're keeping it light, but you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but is it a serious relationship?
We're in a serious relationship where we're dating seriously, but we are not making things serious. So here's the thing. So for a short example, if he, I told him, I don't know, I'm trying to think of an example. Yeah. I told him not to do, like, don't eat that. Like, seriously, don't eat that. And he eats it. Like, don't eat those cookies that I brought over here. They're for someone else. And he eats it. I don't know. I'm trying to think of an example, you guys. I'm on the spot. Well, I'll tell you that. Okay. But it's like, he eats it. Who gives a shit, you guys? Like, don't nitpick at the relationship.
Pick your fights.
Pick your fights and be smart about it. Keeping it light, though, I have to tell you really, really quickly here. I'm actually doing a prank on Jordan. By the time this airs, it'll already have happened.
Okay.
So I found out from his family the other day that he's deathly afraid of spiders. Like horribly, horribly afraid. Like stands and screams on a table. No joke. And I want to see it for myself.
Stands and screams.
I'm not kidding. And he'll make you come and get the spider. Like, you guys, seriously. I think he had a traumatic event. I hope so. So anyway, I went on Amazon and I typed in hairy, small, fake spider. And so I actually ordered fake spiders and they were $6. And turns out I ordered 250 fake fuzzy spiders. They're going to be here today, I think, at 5.
Oh my God.
So I'm so excited. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place them very intricately. Sorry, you guys. The word got stuck.
I couldn't even think excited. Of it for you. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. In places around his apartment, like under the covers, like one God. Coming a little bit out of the sink.
In the shower.
One in the shower, like on the shelf. Like, I'm going to get this. I'm going to deck it out. And I cannot wait to see what happens.
You better set
I'm going to set a camera up. I'm so excited. I'm going to torture the crap out of this kid. I can't wait. Anyway, keep it light.
That's definitely keeping it
prank insights to
light.
come.
That's keeping it light for you. For him, he might hate you, but
I might be single, but God, it'd be fun. Anyway, you wanted to touch on one more thing, right?
I did. So tactics of dating, because you were saying like you weren't official with people, but you would date.
Yeah. Okay,
yep. So do you think it's okay for girls to date more than one guy at a time and vice versa? So like, if I went on a date, last week with this guy and then I have a second one, like, what are your thoughts on that and how, give it to me.
For me in right before this too, the minute I feel, or right before this relationship, I should say, the minute I feel like I'm putting effort in 2 places when I don't need to, and I know which one I want to be putting my effort into, that's when I feel like I don't need to be doing it. Yeah. So for me, I don't think it's right to be doing multiple dates with multiple people at the same time, because I don't know. I think it's setting up for failure, and I think it's a waste of time. That's why. Okay. It's not because I think it. I think it's depends on where people are at. But if you're dating around that many people at the same time, I think it's not. It's kind of more you that's lost.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's just might be my opinion on it, but that's just kind of how I feel and how I interpret it. But that's for me. Okay. How about you?
It depends. That's actually really funny when you said, I feel like it's you that's lost, because shit, that is probably me.
Oh, not you, by the way. Not you as in you. I know. But
I thought about myself.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I will say, like, I haven't been officially in a relationship it's been like 3 years, like since boyfriend and girlfriend. Yep. But I feel like I go through these things where like I date someone for like a month and a half, and it's like we act like boyfriend and girlfriend, and then it's like over because something happens, it gets serious, and I'm like, I don't think, like, oh, there's a red flag, like, I know I'm not going to marry you, so here, I don't want to waste your time, you're not going to waste my time. So I feel like that's kind of the way I've been going about dating. It's I get that. I like go on a few dates, then I find the person that I want to like pursue, and then we see what goes on, and then
then you're like, no. Yeah. Well, that's okay to do it like that.
Yeah.
If you're just curious, then keep doing it that way. Why not?
True.
I like that.
Let's say you go on a few more few dates at a time. I feel like I've always only been sexually active with one person.
Okay,
at a time. You know what I mean? Because that shit freaks me out.
I'm really worried about that stuff. So that's part of the reason why too. Speaking of though dating people, we want to quick touch on before we wrap up. Molly Hale is going to be our guest for next podcast that's going to come out next week. She is
whenever this comes out.
Well, it'll come out right in a week.
Oh,
I don't know. But okay, so speaking of though, she's actually finding more of herself being lost in a relationship, and I'm going to let her completely speak to that. We'll let her talk to it, but she is married. She has new sexuality findings that she's found through her marriage, and she's in an open marriage, which is something that you and I had never really talked about, experienced or whatever. So we're going to let her come on here, speak about different relationship things that maybe we don't agree with or disagree with, or open our minds to it. But it's all just candid conversations.
I'm so excited.
I'm really excited, you guys. It's
things that
gonna
Molly
be,
has to say.
I know this, you guys. We've talked to her briefly about it, and I kid you not, you're gonna want to open your ears. She was actually our third person. We mentioned this before. She was gonna be our third podcast person before this, and now it's just Soph and I. She might do her own thing with more of this topic, but you guys will get to hear that next episode. So thanks for listening to our rambles. Relationships, dating, remember these are our opinions and our experiences, but we hope you grab something from it. But
we're just being candid.
We're just being candid. Yeah. All right, you guys, it's been fun.
Appreciate you.
Follow us on Instagram, Straight Candid Podcast. Email us if you want. If you got something to say, go for it. You guys are crazy. straightcandidpodcast@gmail.com. And
you guys are crazy.
You guys are crazy. You guys are nuts. No, I'm kidding. But no, we want to hear from you. So if you've got a comment, question, want to relate something to what we said, please reach out. Cool.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thanks. See you next week.